Hello everybody and welcome back to Middle-earth. This is Count MRVHS with episode 18 of our 4th Age Total War Dwarves campaign. And this is the Assault of Carn Dum. I decided to assault it when I recalled that I actually had some Dwarven siege ballistas with me. So we are going to make use of those. And I noticed we have some troops stationed on the walls here. So let's see if we can take care of that with our missiles. Adunabar has some decent troops here. You get some dark bows on the walls there. They've got some swords of the shadow as well. And then some Rider scouts. Those are the javelin men. These spearmen down here, Rider spearmen, I'm not worried about really at all. They make up a pretty substantial portion of the enemy forces. And I believe they've got some orcs also somewhere. Could have sworn I saw them. So
have broken through the walls. Now attack. Show no mercy.
We'll keep an eye out for them. I do want to take care of these towers, and then we'll just drive right through the main gate here. Here we go. Uruk's swords are going to be the general unit for this fight. So we're just making a couple holes. Hard to tell if that destroyed the tower or not. Not sure if it's going to look different. Yes, okay. Been completely destroyed. And we'll speed this up a little bit. Still got a lot of ammunition left. Now, on the one hand, I guess you could say it makes sense to not destroy too much of the walls here, because we own this, or we will own this very shortly, assuming everything goes well. But on the other hand, we may as well do as much damage as we can. What I'm trying to do now is target these dark bows. These are the unit I'm most worried about, but I think the angle is going to hurt us. Oh, we did get one hit in. May as well just go ahead and use everything. Hope for another chance hit or two. But we can certainly hack through these Rider spearmen once we've used up all the ammunition. So let's actually send our bowmen up. Our bowmen have pushed back the spearmen from the main entrance there. I think I would prefer to go in through this this way, and then we of course have the gate. We have the other hole in case we need it. And just as we did with the siege ballista, we may as well use all of the ammunition of our archers. They're hitting these Rider scouts. That's actually good as well. Now, we did not destroy this tower, so I don't really want to go over here. I think what I'm going to do is make a straight shot for the plaza, and then they can come after us, and then we'll fight maybe with a hill advantage. Alright, those dark bows are firing at us, but there's not much we can do about that without getting into tower range. It looks like they're coming over here anyway. So these Rider spearmen are very low tier, very low armor, and we should be able to beat them pretty handily. The Uruk swords I am more worried about. They are going to do more damage to my Dwarven axes. We do have some cav. Yeah, you can see those Uruks are winning easily. Okay, it may be time to bring in the cavalry. There are the swords of the shadow coming over toward us. And I think we can do pretty well against them because we've got a Durin's Guard over here. And our shield breakers, although they have a sword, are very good defensively. Okay, great. So there goes their general. And that basically leaves them with just a bunch of spear units up here. So we'll just munch through all of them. We've done pretty well in terms of our numbers here. Can't remember how many shield breakers we started off with, but I don't think we lost too many. And there go the swords of the shadow. Send the horsemen around to the side. Actually, we'll take care of those guys. We do have some arrows left in this one unit of bowmen, so we can bring them up. Now, I'm going to want to lead with my general and the shield breakers, I believe, because they're going to have the best defense. And then we'll have the cav go around with the idea of coming up through this causeway if we can entice them back from the plaza. That may not be possible. Merchant Square looks very nice. Again, this is a barbarian-style building, or possibly Northman-style settlement plan, rather. You can tell by the sort of the raised terracing effect. But there are a lot of Dunedainic-style buildings present. And this is, of course, because Adunabar is a Dunedainic faction, and they have held this settlement for quite some time. So their presence is starting to be felt here. They're building little fountains and just cool-looking buildings. Alright, this is all literally just a Riotor spearman. So we can actually hit them from back here. So I don't actually want... I don't want you to get caught. But what we'll do is we'll do this. They'll come out. We'll get them stuck. They'll run back. We'll pull back. And it looks like we used all of our arrows. So now it's just the fight in the center. Maybe we can do a charge in the rear to sort of end things more swiftly, but I'd honestly rather, I think, preserve my cav unless I'm confident I can get a really good charge. So we'll see. Yeah, this is Nephi of the Iron Hills. I can't remember if he is related to the faction leader or if he's just sort of a random come-of-age dwarf. But we'll see after this battle. Alright, I think we can do a charge in. There we go. Yep, we'll just end that battle. 429 down to 375. That was not the best. We lost a lot of our dwarven axes. That was the Uruk swords for both units there. So they took some losses. Also, the dwarven shield breakers took 11. That was a bit higher than I thought. But now we have Carn Dum. And we'll see how likely we are to keep it, because that settlement is going to be pretty unhappy with us. Yeah. Well, may as well kill all of them here. I don't imagine this ever really becoming a productive settlement. Okay, so part of the problem here is that the official alignment is Ways of Darkness. And that is going to be because... actually, I'm not sure why. This guy is not a Ways of Darkness. Governor, my faction leader, I'm sure, is not Ways of Darkness either. Usually, this is due to the presence of buildings in a settlement, but in this case, the buildings are tied between the Shadow Cult and the Ways of Darkness. So right now, what's causing all this huge unrest is the Shadow Cult. There's just a ton of people in the settlement that have that population. And the problem is, well, we could remove the Shrines of the Shadow, but that wasn't really helping anyway. That was not giving us this 25%. What was this building, the Eridor Outlands. So it's kind of tied, but the population, despite the settlement officially being Ways of Darkness, the population is all the Ways of the Shadow Cult. Now, I imagine that's going to... Well, no, that's not going to change unless we can officially turn this to the cult, which actually we're never going to be able to do because we can't construct those buildings. So this is going to be basically impossible for us to hold. All right. So I think what we'll just do is destroy everything here and get out. I don't necessarily want to hold this. If this turns to rebels, that's kind of fine. I could train a scout, but actually I don't even have the population for that. So let's just tear everything down. Everything down, and then we will take another look. Yeah, there's just no way we can do anything with this. So we'll get everybody out of here and set them back in Adunabar territory. We've got some more mercenaries to pick up, and I think I'm going to hold off on the riders because we already have basically a full unit already. I'm not sure if this is going to rebel to Adunabar or to the rebels. If it rebels to Adunabar, that's kind of a problem. But on the other hand, they're going to have to build this back up. It's going to take them a while to make it useful. All right, so we've got about 18,000 to spend. So not too much around here that I want to purchase, although I guess this might be the time for something like deep mines for an extra 80 or 90 gold per turn. Nah, I don't think so. What else could we do? I mean, engineering might be better. It's going to improve law. It's going to... Well, that's not going to give us too much money either. Let's go down and check out the Dunland area. So, after the last battle, we had consolidated our forces. So now we've got a few blunderbusses in with our army that was marching down to relieve the fort here. We did manage to draw the pressure off the fort. The problem, though, is the public order here I'm seeing is now down to just 65%. So that could be a problem. We could see some unrest. And I can't get any units over here in time. So we're going to have to just hope that doesn't rebel. Our capital here can't get much closer to this without actually being here, and I don't think that's going to be worth it. Alright, in the north we had taken Orodengrin, and we're building it up. And I think we were pretty much at the limit of what we could do around here. Still waiting on population for just a little bit more so we can get a Wayne bow out of here. And we'll start taking the fight to Rune. I know seems like I've been saying that every episode. So we do have this force here that we could potentially use for something. We've got our allies, Tharbad, down here, but I'm not sure that I trust them for that long. And I still kind of want to keep my armies within reasonable distance of these two settlements, just in case there's a hidden Adunabar stack nearby. But I imagine this army is going to draw their attention pretty soon. Okay, I think what we ought to do then is build up here in Lune, so we can continue to work on that. We'll make a little save. And then we will end the turn and see what the next one brings. Alright, Adunabar did attack me as predicted in the north. A lot of skirmishers here. They've got 3 full units, 4 units of archers, 3.5 I guess. And one of them is their general unit. They've also got some Snaga hunters for even more archers, and then a lot of Eridor scouts. Now, they can actually do a fair amount to my force here. I do have 5 units of archers, though, as well. So hopefully I can thin them out as they approach, along with these Dwarven siege ballistas. So let's get into it. Alright, we have a nice hill. Now the problem with being defensive and having these siege ballistas is that sometimes on the defense, especially when your enemy is below you, it can be tricky to fire these things. The arc doesn't like this down trajectory. So I'm not necessarily going to count on using these guys in this fight. That's okay, I don't think we need them. What we will count on is our archers, and I think we're going to do very well here. They're probably going to try to outflank us, but that's fine. Let them. Yeah, so... Okay, it looks like they are firing, but I'm not sure they're actually going to fire. Yeah, they're not actually loading up. So we're within range. The little icon here indicates that they are attacking at range, but they're actually not, which is too bad. This force that's attacking us has very few melee troops of any variety. So as soon as they get close, I think we'll just charge straight down with our dwarves and our cav. We don't want them to stand off and get a lot of hits in. Giving them all targets. And they're routing already. Wow. It's going to be hard for us to catch them. And what I don't want to have happen is for this these siege engines to start firing just as soon as my guys get in range. So, alright, very good. The dark swords get routed quickly. Alright, so periodically these scouts are going to pause, turn around, get in range to fire. Hopefully they won't get a shot off, because they're going to skirmish away as we get close. So that's good. They're running away. All right. And they're routing. We've just got some Maraudor spearmen who are kind of meleeing with a unit of shield breakers. Okay, let's just keep going with the cav. That's going to be the best bet here. One shield breaker somehow detached from his unit. Yeah, let's just run the mercenaries down here. Right, we are in melee with the dark bows, but they're wavering, and here come the dwarves to help. And this is the general unit. And these dark bows are not a soft target.
The enemy
There they
warlord
go.
shows his worth. Nothing. Any of our warriors would die rather than run.
do want to catch him with my cav. Alright, it kind of looks like everybody now is fleeing the field. Which is good. Alright, there goes the general. Yeah, they're just leaving, I think. So that took out a few of their useful units. We'll just end it here. But, yeah, we did quite a number. But they still have some left to give us a bit of trouble later on. Fortunately for us, this part of the world is not great training grounds for Adunabar, or the Reunited Kingdom for that matter. If they were still in, like, Lastbridge, or the Rudour provinces, then they'd be training up things like dark bows, you know, much more frequently. But up here, the population's pretty low, and they're getting, you know, a lot of these Ariador units. So we're not likely to see any of their high-tech units. Oh, Bjornings. The Bjornings are at war with us. Where is this happening? Are we under siege? Or are they at war with Dale? Gotta check that out. Lastbridge. Oh yeah, right there. I missed it. Okay. Okay. Good. We're at war with the Bjornings. Why is that good? Well, it gives me an opportunity to get into the Anduin Vale a little bit. I can take the High Pass Stronghold now, which gives me another pass over the mountains. Actually, it will give me my only pass over the mountains. And then I can head to the very important settlement of Old Ford right here, which will give me some more borders with my allies Dale and trading partners the Elves. And then I can just kind of sweep down here. Not that I probably want to. I think maybe Old Ford will be the place to stop. But Old Ford, and I might go on this side of the river. There's an orc hold over here, and there's this settlement, which will give me another place near Dwarodelf. So this could be a good income-producing area for me. So I think we'll call that an episode. We don't have any new land because we're going to lose this next turn, but we have got Adunabar even more on the run than they were before, and we've got some other factions a little concerned, as we can see by the new attack. We've got a new enemy, so hope you'll join me next time where we'll see where this goes. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.